Okay, hello. I think I should be live now. Okay. Wait. Okay. So can anybody hear me? Can anybody see me? Uh Looks as though Hi. I can't see myself. Can you see me or can you hear me? Okay. All right. Um, let's figure this out. Just a brief moment. Yes. For some reason, it does not recognize my camera. Um, Wait, hold on a second. Oh, hello. Uh, Sorry, I really want to be able to be seen. That's my goal here. Um, yes. Let's see. Aha! Yes. Okay, can you see me now? Is this working out a little better? Oh my goodness. Okay, Mark is working very hard on something. He only has a few hours to finish. So, I think we're okay. I think we're good. All right, excellent. Excellent. Very good. Okay, so I've got my headphones. I've got my display. I'm very, very sorry I'm late, folks. Commuting is a thing that I have to do now, and I don't like it very much at all. No, I don't recommend it. If you live in a place without traffic, then I envy you very much. But the good news is, one of the things that kept me at work so late was that I was talking to a colleague who works on a show called Curious City, which answers all sorts of questions from listeners about the history of Chicago. And so I was learning all about the role of Chicago in the Civil War, which is very very interesting. Apparently, I mean, Chicago is where the Republican Convention was in 1860s. They had a lot of responsibility for getting Abraham Lincoln elected. So neat facts that you learn when you stay late at work and make your friends wait for you. I'm really, really sorry, but so I'm very happy you all are here. First of all, how are all of you? You doing well? Where are you? And what are you doing as you watch this? I'm very curious to know. So, the gimmick of this live stream is that I am going to basically be, I'm going to offer a couple of audio commentaries for some of my videos that I've made over the past year or so. I have a couple of ideas right off the bat, but if you have any that you want audio commentaries for, feel free to suggest them. And other than that, we'll just talk. I'll take questions. I'll solve all of your problems. That is my that it's not guaranteed, but you know, I'm a human being. Oh, Adrian, you are drinking turmeric, carrot, ginger, cayenne kombucha, which I wish I were drinking. I only have water with me. Mark, you are working on something, typing and scrolling like a madman. Teo, you're also working on a thing. That's cool. And Adrian, of course, is at the beach on the Outer Banks. I was hearing all about that, which it sounds great. It sounds like sounds beautiful out there. My parents actually used to go out that way before I was born, but now they go to Michigan, which is also beautiful and has water, but it's closer. So yeah, we don't want Mark's head to explode. Definitely not. So the first video that I'm going to share with you is a recent video that I did about opposites. So I'm going to send you the link, and we will get right on it. Okay, so I've got my headphones. Oh yes, the how to cook video. We'll get to that one. Okay, so this video, I will. All right, we're gonna watch it together, and I'm gonna lead a countdown, and then we will start. So, are you ready to begin? We're gonna watch it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start.
Do you want to know the real reason I became an English major? When I was a kid, my parents got this tape from a relative of ours. It was made by Cricket Magazine, and it was full of stories and poems and songs for kids.
For a long time.
But they really pulled out all the stops. They had famous folk singers, comedians, multiple poets laureate. T.S. freaking Eliot was on the tape. This was star-studded.
I kind of wanted to make even before I restarted making videos in 2017.
He read a series of poems he'd written called Opposites. Richard Wilbur died in October of 2017.
It's kind of amazing to actually see this. This and like the Fanny Dooley video, or ideas for videos that I had in just forever, forever and ever.
In San Francisco, Quebec,
and they finally
Duluth,
exist now,
Big
which
Forks,
is very exciting.
Mamaroneck, and every other city here in the upper Western Hemisphere, July can be extremely hot. But far to southward, it is not.
This really was a favorite set of poems,
and furthermore,
and we played them the Cricket CD of all these poets reading their work on long car trips.
The opposite of
we just
donut?
play the CD over and over and over again, and I just kept sort of absorbing it.
This isn't easy. I found
it. The donut. The donut, I just needed to get a donut, and so I went. It's not a very good donut. I went to an overpriced grocery store in my neighborhood called Treasure Island.
It's shoe, for shoes and hat together protect the two
extremes
from weather. Between these two extremes, there lies
I actually have a top hat at my home in Cincinnati, which
you'll be chilly
I've used
and run the risk
for costumes,
of looking
but I didn't have that, so I used my graduation cap. And then the underwear scene, where I'm in my underwear,
And both
I
sound
actually
very
considered
good
not wearing a
if they are
shirt,
what the music's
and
meant
then I realized
to
that
play.
I
But
just
when you
wasn't
think it's
comfortable
time to
yet
stop
going
and have a bit of
shirtless on the
soda
internet,
pop.
but I almost did anyway.
How bad the thought of flatness is.
Because I didn't have a white undershirt, but then I found one at the last minute.
Fizz.
So, alternate PG-13 version without a shirt.
That's much too
soon.
difficult. I quit. This is for you, Richard Wilbur.
And then this last scene where I spill soda on the floor, that is really, that's really something. I actually did spill soda on the floor, and Alex, when he was watching this video, told me he thought that I faked that I edited in the sound, that like splatting sound effect when I spit the water out onto the floor, and when I spilled the soda. No, that was real. That was absolutely real. And yeah, I just don't. I don't do a lot of fancy editing tricks in my videos. Usually, if you hear a sound in the video, that was made by me. I'm sorry I give you an anxiety about the soda spilling. For what it's worth, I tried cleaning it up with paper towels initially, and that was not very successful. But luckily, we have these Lysol wet wipes for cleaning surfaces, and that worked. So, and it was in the budget, in the production budget for the video, which was $0. Alex does doubt my commitments to my art. Oh, that would have been a good idea to put a bucket on the floor, and I didn't think of that. I don't know if we have a bucket. One of the reasons I can't do the ice bucket challenge is because I don't have a bucket. But no, I literally did spill soda on the floor. The thing that I spat out of the cup was not soda; that was water. But I did shake the can of Sprite and spill it on my floor. Luckily, it's not a carpeted floor; it's a wooden floor. So now that I've thoroughly bored you talking about the intricacies of spilling stuff on my floor, I'll play you another video, and let me just pull it up for you. Adrian, you suggested the cooking video, so I'll do that one. Yeah, the cooking video, I had an idea of doing like a satirical cooking video for a while. I was thinking about making fun of Julia Child, but then I realized that all of her recipes were too complicated. So I decided that I was just going to end up doing like recipes that I have learned in my few years of having to cook for myself. So let me send out the link to this video real quick. Oh, Mark, you did a shirtless scene? That's very exciting. I need to find this and copy and paste it all over the internet for all to see. Oh, yeah, the look on my face, Adrian, from when the soda was spilling was real. I left that in. I don't like to break character when I'm doing something really silly like that. I think I really want to commit to it, but sometimes you know, I just start laughing, and the fact that I'm laughing at myself is a good indication of how ridiculous the video's gotten, so I just leave it in. The other example of that I can think of is when I'm singing the Raffi song, you know, about brushing your teeth. When you wake up in the morning, it's 3:45, and you just can't... No, When you wake up in the morning, it's 4:45, and you just can't wait to come alive. And then I sing about brushing your teeth. And I have a conversation with myself about how annoying I am. I left in the breaking character and laughing about that one. Yes, Teo, you also did a shirtless scene in the shower. That's right, and we saw your naked shoulders. But yeah, I you know, like, I don't want to I don't want to sell myself in a sexual manner on the internet, but if that's what it takes to get famous, I would consider it. Okay, so sending out the link for the cooking video. Ready? Okay, it's sent, and that's true. If you are not a male, you can't do a shirtless scene. That's not allowed. Okay, so we've got the link sent out. Are you ready to watch? Okay, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, I made a video yesterday and then I didn't really like it, so you didn't get a video yesterday.
Yeah.
There will still be 29 videos and one live stream in the month of April, and maybe
because there
even
were
a bonus
some days
video.
where I didn't upload,
So I have lived in my own apartment for going on 3 years now, which means that I have finally mastered some of the basics of cooking.
I did make
to share
30
a few of them
videos
with
in
you.
April,
I'm here
even
in
though
my
they were
kitchen
not,
now, wearing my char
all
apron,
within
so you won't forget who I am.
periods.
Rule number 1. When you're cooking, use all your senses, including the sense of smell. If it smells like something is burning,
I think I might actually have a
legitimately stronger sense of
smell than other people, because some people burn the heck out of some of their foods, like popcorn.
All the oil rolled off the dish
I love
onto
popcorn.
the floor of the oven and started burning. I literally
if you
saw
leave it in the microwave too long, or if you leave it on the stove for too long, it will burn.
That just means they're cooking.
It smells
alarm told me otherwise.
Like
smoke
a
alarm,
skunk.
you have not learned to go gentle into that good night.
Or like some kind of rodent.
Vegetables have secrets.
And
Take this
it makes me paranoid because I don't like sudden loud noises,
right?
and the smoke alarm will go off.
Now I'm going to grate it.
It's
all nice
very
and
sensitive,
fine.
and it's right over there. And I just,
all this water.
Now this I cheated on, actually, to get the potato to look more watery. I actually added onion, which added some moisture. So that was one of the only special effects in the video.
We're gonna go low. Low and slow.
No, this is
Be
true.
gentle
Like,
with your food.
You really shouldn't be, even frying foods, you should not have the temperature all the way up on the stove.
Make your own refried beans. They are so easy and so delicious if you make them yourself. Just
okay, this bean recipe is a legitimate recipe for black beans. It's on it's on Everyday Food, which is like a Martha Stewart associated YouTube channel.
I've been right here, Char.
So,
in the cabinet,
Adrian, your mom has a superhuman sense of
you
smell.
to find me.
I think we have that in common.
Drain me.
Oh, Teo, I didn't know you were working at a movie theater. That's neat.
Put me in a pan with some olive oil.
I love the smell
garlic,
of well-cooked popcorn, but
water,
just burned popcorn.
a little salt.
Ugh, is nasty.
And then,
okay, this
the
scene
water has boiled
where
away.
I fall in love with the baked bean or with the refried beans.
Oh yes, yes.
So that I wanted that music, and I couldn't think of what it was, and I was just like, romantic sound. I just searched. I just googled romantic sounding classical music, and luckily Tchaikovsky's Romeo and Juliet was the first thing that came up. So apparently, lots of people associated that with just sort of romance in general.
And I hope you all can make it. Mark your calendars. It'll be kind of early.
Oh yeah, Mark, you weren't very comfortable with this video
in the morning,
because it
or
got
maybe
kind of
earlier
weird.
if you live in Western Australia. I'm sorry. Time zones are weird.
So okay, another thing about this video, another factoid. Is that that when I'm not recording myself on camera, I am using a microphone, like a fancy Zoom H4 mic. So my camera is really crappy. I'd have just like literally a crappy camcorder that I've had since 2014, and Yeah, so the sound quality is not very good. But I have a really nice mic because what do you know? I'm a radio producer, and so when I'm off camera, my sound actually gets quite a bit better. And yeah, Adrian made Alex watch this. Alex is my boyfriend, for those of you who don't know. I think all of you know that. And he watches my videos, but he doesn't always stay on top of them. And I don't need him to necessarily, but I like it when he reacts to my videos. But Adrian made him watch this one when we were all together in Virginia that one time. Yes, so, okay. Before we go on, I've been meaning to say something, and I've been meaning to say it to Teo. Your mysterious happenings are really, they're really getting to me. I've been talking to, basically for those of you who don't know, there are a couple of characters one of whom is in trouble. And it's stuck somewhere dangerous, and we're trying to get her out. And I'm actually like really worried about this person who, for all that I can tell, is a fictional character. But I've like been talking to this fictional character, and I'm worried about her. So yeah, we need to get her the heck out of there. Anyway, so Adrian has paid for their sins. Okay. I think. So first of all, I noticed that I scrolled up and noticed that Glenn stopped by earlier, which is lovely, and I'm sad that he had to leave, and I'm sad that I kept him waiting for too long. But Glenn, if you come back, I'm sorry, and I hope that you can join us for the next one. So, what should we watch next? Okay, I think I'm gonna do the video of me when I was 19, the old footage of me as a first year, because there's some fun facts to relate about that. So, alrighty, let's copy and paste the link into the chat here, and we are going to, I am glad that there are people like me to help Emery out too, but she needs to get her life together. Why isn't she messaging her friends? Why isn't she messaging her family? You know, like, why is she sending us these cryptic puzzles? Like, I don't like it. I don't like that I am responsible for this person's well-being, because I'm not even very good at being responsible for my own well-being. Mark wants to bury his past. Mark, why? Why do you want that? I mean, I'm sure that there are bad things in the past, but like, I think understanding my past for me, like who I was as a kid, for example, informs who I am in the present. Like I've been thinking about it. Like, as a kid, you know, well, Mark, I'm glad you watch your old videos. Because that's actually really motivating to see like things you've created, like things that are done and out in the world, to remind yourself that you have done that and you can continue to do it again. But I'm talking about like memories. Like I was thinking about this recently. Like, when I was little, I used to love those like toy microphones that you would, talk into, and it would like amplify your voice. I like to pretend that I was like a radio host, and now I'm actually doing radio, and it's like talking into a mic is routine for me, which is very neat, and it sort of is like, that it's kind of freaky that like I fantasized about this as a kid, and now I'm doing it as my job. Yeah, your past self is a worse person. Uh, yeah, I mean, I guess, like, um, it's true. It's true. Um, and I was less physically attractive. At least I think I was back then. But you know, I think that's a part of it too. Being in a worse situation and being, you know, less of a developed person. Like, it kind of is nice to look at the long game and see how far you've come. And frankly, as a 19-year-old, I was a pretty decent person. I was a pretty good friend. I was not getting involved in drama, which I could have been living in a very small, tight-knit dorm. I was embracing my sexuality and getting ready to come the heck out of the closet, which took a lot of bravery. And so, Teo, I didn't know that you were into vending machine alien toys. That's neat. And yeah, so and you're hanging out with aliens. I don't know what it's like out there on the East Coast. There might be a lot of aliens. I thought they were all in New Mexico, but you know, they move around. They get around. Or are you trying to say that we're all aliens? Because I couldn't, you know, I wouldn't. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to you know, out now tell you that I'm an alien. I don't think that's legal in our alien code. Oh yeah, Adrian. Yeah, I can imagine finding old pictures of yourself must be a lot. Okay, so I'm sending out this link again to this last video, and then we'll watch it. Okay. Both interpretations are accurate. So there are aliens in your real life, and there are aliens in your YouTube life. Well, I'm happy to be one of your aliens. I consider it an honor, to be honest. All right. Oh, Adrian with braids. Very, very adorable. I'm sure. But not enjoyable to you. I'm also sure. All right. You ready to watch this video? We're gonna go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yesterday I uploaded
this video is only 2 minutes long.
Me reading one of my
That's hilarious. It took
There's
forever to
actually
make.
a lot of video I
It was
took of
so.
myself
This was
in
a
the
week
first year
in
in
April that I
college
was
that
at
never made it to YouTube,
at WISO in
including this
Ohio working
charming
on
one of
radio
me testing
stories,
out my new camera.
and
my face. That's
that
even, that's kind of cool.
that was
weird.
like
we can zoom. Zoom that way.
I want to do like really quick videos that I could produce quickly
There's a
and
couple
didn't
of
require
attempts
me
to
going
set
on
up a good
camera because that's something that
for
takes a lot of
vlogging,
like
and a very
courage
brief
and
tour
getting
of
up the
my
courage
room
to
from
do.
back when I lived on the first
So
floor
I
of
decided to
BJ
use a
at
bunch
the
of old
University of
footage,
Chicago.
but it
You
turned
know, we
out
go
it
to
turned out that
Chicago,
like
by the way,
narrating
where you
it
can
and
talk
editing
about
it
living in
took
BJ
longer.
without
I
giggling.
actually
Here we
have
have
really
my
good sound
desk,
quality in this video because I was using
my
the radio
bed,
station
sort of made,
microphones.
sort of not.
But it mostly seems like I would feel inspired to make a
Okay,
video,
this video,
get out my camera, and then
there are a
just
couple of
check it
bad
out.
edits,
Looking back at this
like,
footage
and
gives
there's
me
just
a
not
few
enough
feelings
footage.
right
So there's
away.
parts where
First
it's
of all, those
black, but I've
Converse
decided
shoes.
that
They're the only pair
I've
of
decided
Converse I've ever
maybe I
had.
shouldn't have told you
I
that
love
because maybe you
Converse,
just
actually. I think
concluded
they're
it was
really
artsy,
cute, but
like
they're
that
not
was
the
that
right
was
shape for my
intentional.
feet, and I just walk around too much, so I wore these out pretty quickly.
I still
And
have that
makes me
John Green
sad.
poster.
Second, I remember my wall
I had a friend who
decorations
told me
from
to
that
burn
year
it
as
because it
being
was
really
too
dorky,
sincere.
but
So
this
I
looks
did the
quite
opposite. I
tasteful,
put
to
it
be
on
honest,
my
especially
bedroom
the
door so
collection
that
of
everyone
family
going
photos
in
I
will
got
see
when I
it.
was worried I'd be homesick. I think I was too hard on myself.
So
And
I'm
that brings me
testing
to my
angles.
last
I'm not
point.
really doing very
According to the
much
dates
here.
on my computer,
Like,
these videos
as you
were
can see,
recorded on the
it
first
took a
few
lot
days
of warming
April
up to the
2014.
camera
At around 3 in the morning
to
on May 1st,
get me to
I
actually
came out for the first
to
time
actually
in
do
the
it,
house
to
lounge a
actually
few
do
doors
any
down. In high school, I was just too busy with
anything.
homework to really care what
Yeah.
people
See,
thought of me.
I wanted
But in these
a
videos,
high up
I'm in the
angle so that I
closet.
would look more.
There's a
It
lot
would be
about
more
myself I'm
flattering.
hiding here,
But
and I think I was
I
just
couldn't
too
figure out
shy
how
to
to do
post
that.
anything to YouTube. You might consider that a step backwards from high school, but I think of it as a necessary step in the process. It was at this point in my life when I started asking myself,
that's embarrassing.
What kind of person do I want to be? What kind of friend? I kind of want to give 19-year-old me a hug and say,
why did I
there's
put this
some
on the
tough
internet?
times ahead,
Okay,
and you're definitely not done figuring yourself out. But it's all gonna be okay.
That scene at the end there, when I'm mouthing a word and you don't hear it, that is what I'm talking about, where I'll have an idea for a video and I will like think about it and like test out ways to do it and then take forever to actually make the video, even if it doesn't take that long actually to put it together and edit it. I thought of the idea of the Fanny Dooley video like 4 years ago, and that was a joke in the Fanny Dooley video, which is Fanny Dooley likes boobs, but she doesn't like breasts. And it took me a long time to say that without laughing. But I'm literally saying into the camera repeatedly, Fanny Dooley likes boobs at different angles. So now you know that. Why, Mark, do you not believe that Teo and I have ever met? We live like in the school year we live like 5 minutes from one another. Mark, you and I have never met, but we have made a collab video together. And so actually you could say the opposite is true. Adrian, I'm glad that you found that informative. That I'm telling you that Fanny Dooley likes boobs. Yes, Teo is in fact, Mark, living in my old dorm for the time being, which is it's really kind of freaky if you think about it. Like my online life and my real life collided there in a way that has never happened to me before, and frankly, I mean, it would be like I don't know. I don't know. It'd be like if a TV star moved in. Well, yeah. Teo, you're a celebrity. You're very famous. Everyone knows who Teo is. Mark, you like boobs. Drake and Josh was amazing. I've never seen Drake and Josh. I didn't have Mark and I have not actually met in person, even though I've threatened him until he watched Steven Universe, which is highly fictionalized, by the way. That was You're welcome. You are very famous, and very deservingly so, I would say. So yeah, no. Now I'm doing making of commentary of videos on Mark's channel, but that video was scripted. I did not, in fact, actually threaten Mark. He had already started watching Steven Universe by the time we made that video. Adrian also has met me in real life. They actually met me before they discovered my videos. And they, I believe they exist in physical space. Virginia is the physical world, I think. Yes, that's true. I also turned Adrian on to Steven Universe. And I see, yeah, I know you've done a lot of crying over it. I have too. But wasn't it worth it? I mean, I've been thinking about Well, if you're a projection, then you should definitely relate to the Steven Universe characters because they are also projections. I've actually been thinking about this song at the end of Steven Universe. I'm not going to spoil what happens, just in case some of you watching have not seen this, but Steven sings a song that is just very high in the tenor range, and I am very amazed by Zach Callison's ability to sing that high, and I'm frankly a little bit jealous. But for just one day, let's only think about love. But it's higher than that. It's even higher than that. I think, Adrian, you've just inspired what I'm going to call my fans when I become a famous YouTuber. I'm going to call them all genderless projections of light. Okay, fun fact. Speaking of famous YouTubers, most of you probably watched Teo's videos before you watched mine, and then somehow you found me through one of his videos where there's a link to mine at the end, which is very sweet. But Adrian is the other way around. They discovered this whole community of my subscribers, which included Teo, Mark, Rose, and Glenn, and many others, Gina, Bella, and many other wonderful folks, Abby, who also make videos. So I take a lot of credit in influencing what you watch, Adrian. Yeah, Mark, you should look it up. I mean, don't look it up now because it contains major spoilers. But when you get to it, when you get to I was about to say something that I shouldn't have said. When you get to the second to last episode of Steven Universe, you should definitely learn that song because it's good. It's a good one. It's a good one. Yeah, it took me a while to get through that whole show. So, I have ruined your life, Adrian, and made it infinitely better. Online communities do that, don't they? Spoilers. So, okay, here's a question. Here's a question for all y'all watching this. Are you really bothered by spoilers? Like, do you, does it really ruin your viewing experience if something gets spoiled for you? Or, because I actually don't mind spoilers too much. I find that actually that helps me sort of understand some of the directorial choices and the foreshadowing and some of the, you know, it actually helps me view the show a little bit better and more critically sometimes. Yeah, this is the different viewing styles of Steven Universe. I do it in a year with a lot of stops and starts. Adrian does it in a week. Oh, Adrian, you the point about spoilers is moot because you you find out the spoilers anyway from Tumblr. Okay, Mark, you're really anti-spoiler. You don't like anything spoiled. And Teo, you're kind of down the middle. I mean, I like being surprised. Like I like not finding out about something and then being surprised by it. Sometimes though, like spoilers are so like far ahead of me. Like there was a spoiler for Orange is the New Black that I heard, and then it still surprised me. I think it was the end of season 4. Yes. I'd actually heard what happened, but I don't know whether it was inconceivable to me or if I just or if I just like stopped. I don't know if I just forgot about it, but I was still shocked by the the big thing that happens at the end of season 4 of Orange is the New Black. So sometimes spoilers don't actually spoil things. The Raven Cycle, I need to read that series because you're telling me about it, and it sounds like something that would be up my alley. I'm actually reading a lot of young adult novels, rereading a lot of young adult novels recently. Last summer and fall, I reread the Golden Compass, and then I read the other books in his Dark Materials, which I hadn't read before, and they're super duper mature. Like, they're not really kids' books. If you read them, you get a lot of very advanced symbolism and frankly a lot of sex, a lot of very thinly veiled sex. A-okay, and in fact more enriching, I think, to read as an adult, his Dark Materials books. I also just recently reread The Giver by Lois Lowry. Adrian turned me on to some other, like, more realistic fiction by Lois Lowry. I read Rabble Starkey, which is an excellent book. Very sort of low on plot, but then you realize at the end how much of a change every character has gone through. So Rabble Starkey is excellent. And then I read The Giver, which is... I was shocked by how... I loved it when I read it as an 11-year-old, but then I reread it as a 23-year-old, and I thought I was crying by the end of it. Tears were coming, and I'm not a crier when I read books, so like this really meant a lot. Yes, I do watch Orange is the New Black. I'm not watching the current season. I kind of got sick of it after season 5, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. Yes, I'm reading all your favorite books, Adrian. I'm going to I've reread The Giver, but now I'm going to read for the first time all of the other books in that quartet, in that series. And I'm also hopefully going to read A Wrinkle in Time again, which I loved. Hey, Neil. I'm live streaming. I hope you're not going to be too distracted by that. It's basically just... I
just want to put out your deepest secrets.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they already know.
I guess they would.
They already know. My roommate, Neil, has shown up, and he's a very decent human being.
Hello, live streamers. You picked an excellent person to
Neil says that I am an excellent person to talk to, so... I'm actually going to put that on my resume now.
I have a question for an excellent person. If you weren't planning on bringing chips to donuts. Not unless the chips were those things in the... No, I was going to go get some more.
Good. No. I'm going to bring like leftover... Our friend is having a birthday party tonight, so we're planning what food to bring. I think I'm going to bring the leftover strawberry shortcake, what's left of it.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to get some more chips.
Okay, great. Cool. Yes, season 5 was rough of Orange is the New Black. Okay, so party planning aside, what have you all been reading? Yes, happy 24th birthday to Dominic. It's not Neil's birthday yet. His birthday... By the time of his birthday, he will have left town and left the country and will be living in Russia. So no. He'll still be in this country. He won't have left for Russia yet. But in New Jersey, which is sort of a foreign country. Another New Jerseyan. I know a lot of real gems of human beings from New Jersey. Yes. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Dominic. Ancient human being. He's 24 instead of 23, like spry young me. General happy birthday. It's somebody's birthday. Mark, you've been reading gay romance novels. What are some good gay romance novels? Like, seriously, I did not read a lot of gay stuff as a child. It took me a long time to figure out my sexuality. And I used to think that just romance was not for me. And then I found out that there was gay romance, and I was like, wait, whoa, where was that all my life? Like, watching Moonlight? Oh God, that was something. That was something else. Tender Morsels, what's that about? Same here about Moonlight and about gay romances in general. Simons versus the Homo sapiens agenda. Yes, I have seen that one. I've seen that one. Alex and I went to see that. I thought it was okay. I didn't like In Love, Simon. Hi, Gina. Hey, we are talking about things that we're reading and or films that we've seen recently, and we're talking about gay romance novels and films. Oh, the book. Right, there is a book. I've seen the movie, but I have not read the book. I thought the movie was good. I liked the parents' reactions to Simon coming out. I think they're perfect, and I think that nobody gets a reaction from a parent that's that perfect, and it's sort of like just a wonderful little present to every queer person who watches that movie. But I'm sure the book is better, or more complete, I should say. Tells a fuller story. Yeah, I didn't like that either, Mark. I didn't like that Professor Snape and Dumbledore weren't a thing. Just kidding. What was I going to say? Oh, another thing I didn't like about Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda is I didn't like that Martin, I think his name is Martin, I didn't like that they played up sort of his awkwardness. Like, I think awkward people are not necessarily villainous. I don't like how tied together those two things were in the movie. I think, like, Marvin could have found friends and / significant others without blackmailing people into it. You know, I think that, I don't know. I just, as an awkward person who knows a lot of awkward people, I know that there are much more wholesome, organic, good-natured ways of getting to know people than what Martin did, and I think that us dorks know that. Okay. And Martin is a lot better in the book. That's good. That's good to know. Call Me By Your Name, despite its questionable aspects. Okay. Yeah, I've not seen Call Me By Your Name. It's so universal, like, it's so widely praised that I think I'm kind of curious about it. And I'm sure it's really beautiful. Kimbin. I don't know how to combine. I don't know how you pronounce that. Don't be curious about it. Mark, have you seen it? Like, oh, you regret it. See, I think, Mark, you have a stronger sense of regret than I do. I think I watch things and you know, if I don't like it, I'll say I learned something from that. I learned more about my. Oh, Call Me By Your Name. Got it. Gotcha. That's it. It's an initialism, like DFTBA. DFTBA is it's a good thing to do. It's a good thing to not forget to be awesome. But if you do forget to be awesome, I consider myself very lucky that I'm surrounded by awesome people who will help me remember to be awesome. There's a poop scene? Well, everyone poops, Mark. I'm sorry. Poop! Did you hear my very slight Appalachian accent come out there? So we have debate over Call Me By Your Name. the greatest gay film of our time. Well, yeah. There's two sides to that coin. There's like writing, just sort of the beauty of the writing and the beauty of the cinematography and the acting, you know, as one side of the coin, and then the other side of the coin is the messaging, you know, like when I was coming out, when I was in the closet thinking about coming out, I watched a lot of coming out story videos on YouTube, like hundreds and hundreds of them. I would Google that and I would watch those over and over and over again. And I'm like, you know, I'm sure a lot of you have had similar experiences with your coming out. And I also, there's a whole other genre besides coming out videos on YouTube. There are like these gay themed short films that are sort of independently produced and low budget and just sort of sitting there on YouTube. And they are often very bad. But, you know, still like really important to me, you know, watching them. I watch those over and over again to kind of imagine, you know, my life as an out person. And I think the messaging in those videos tends to be a lot stronger and a lot sort of more positive to being a gay kid. Oh, Gina, you heard about Call Me By Your Name on Tumblr. Yeah, not always the most reliable of sources. I actually don't really go on Tumblr that often, so I assume most of the people are anti Call Me By Your Name, but I'm not positive. I'm not positive. Maybe there's some really pro Call Me By Your Namers on Tumblr that I just don't know about. Yeah. So like, Mark and Teo, you both said you're working on something. Adrian, you are having a lovely time on vacation, I'm sure. What are like your big like projects? Like, I want to do this big thing, you know. I have a few. I have a few that I'm thinking about. So I really want to make a podcast about folk music. That's one thing, where I talk about a different folk song on every episode and talk about like its history. Adrian, did I misgender you? I hope I didn't. Or are you talking about something else that happened? Sometimes, man, my brain really conks out. And I use the wrong pronouns for cis people, trans people, every kind of person in every kind of situation. Because my brain doesn't work sometimes. Anyway, oh, Gina, you're working on an EP. I am excited about that. Your ukulele playing and singing is so inspiring, and it makes me want to play more ukulele and sing more. Which, I mean, it just keep doing it. Like, it really brightens my day, and my week, even. So yeah, that podcasting thing is going to take a long time. I have some YouTube videos that I want to make. I really want to make some. I've talked about classical music videos that I want to make. Look for some. I want to do more educational videos, like the one I did about Romeo and Juliet. I want to do like more literature videos and some videos about classical music. What else do I want to do? I want to do a really kick-ass Project for Awesome video this year. Yeah, I haven't figured out what charity I want to do, but like, if anybody has any ideas, that would be neat. That would be neat. And I want to get a better camera. I'll put out a more formal ask about this in the future. But if any of you have ideas for cameras that are not my crappy camcorder that I can make a plan for and save up for and or ask for Christmas. I would appreciate knowing what your setups are like, because your videos all look beautiful and clean and neat and lovely. Yeah. Oh, a web series. What about? I would love to know. I think, I mean, I think fictional series are amazing. I've never been very good at writing fiction. I wrote a novel when I did NaNoWriMo when I was 15. And the same on the P4A front. Well, maybe we can team up. Maybe we can do some big P4A mashup. That would be fun. That would be fun. Let's think about it. Let's think about it some more and talk about it more. Anyway, but yeah, I wrote a NaNoWriMo novel, and it really sucked. And it was like sort of like exactly an autobiography of my 9th grade year, but with some magical realism thrown in, because I'd read Alice in Wonderland and I was obsessed with it. Yes, I did NaNoWriMo. It was fun, but the book was not very good. I should try it again sometime. The web series is about gay. Well, if you need any gays, boy do I know a few. You need gays to play the gays. Oh, another thing that I'm doing, yeah. Well, I guess, if you have good characters and they just interact, that's a plot. That's a plot. I mean, I've been doing nonfiction, because nonfiction has a built-in plot. You just follow the arc of history. I love gay, too. Gay is one of my favorite things. And, yeah, well, I'm excited. I'm excited about all these projects. It could be gayer. Oh my god. Thomas Sanders is a very important person in my life. I should talk more about that. Because, okay, speaking of gays and messaging, a lot of the problem that I had in high school was there were some gay people, there were some out gay kids and bi kids and queer kids in general, but there weren't a lot that were very much like me. There weren't a lot who were as nerdy as I was. And having Thomas Sanders and to some extent Vi Hart, who's also talked a little bit about her queerness, just having really nerdy gays on the internet helped me a lot. Helped me a lot to see myself, see some people like myself represented in the media. And I love the Vine with Could Be Gayer. I really like that kid, that actor who Thomas gets to play, the kid who's saying, I'm working on a TV show about a group of friends, but one of them is gay. And he looks so like Thomas, I'm trying my best to impress you with how enlightened I am and how queer-friendly I am. And then Thomas just looks at him and is like, could be gayer. And Thomas Sanders' vines are just excellent, and the actors he gets in them are top talent. Top talent. I think I need to get going soon. Let's wrap this up around 6. But Vi's gender video is a turning point. You figure out your own identity. Oh, I love the Vi gender video. Speaking of Vi's videos in general, I loved the video about what 2 servings means in a can of soup. That was freaking awesome. I love how Vi combines like math, politics, like research and journalism to some extent. Like art. She just does everything that I love in video form. There's an awful lot of awful things we could be thinking of, but for just one day, let's only think about love. Let's think of, yeah. Let's think about the things that we love. Vi is so excellent. You know what else I love? Mr. Rogers. Have any of you seen, speaking of movies, have any of you seen the Mr. Rogers documentary? You need to watch it. You need to watch it. It's excellent. Gina, this is an excellent point. This is such a good point about how, like, in the groups of friends on TV shows, there's the one gay friend, and in real life, there's like, it's all gay. Yeah. Yeah, you should watch the Mr. Rogers movie. One thing that's great about the Mr. Rogers movie... Hey, Abby. Good to see you. I didn't know you were hanging out here with us. There's not too much time left, but I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy you're here. Yeah. Yeah. I think that the great thing about the Mr. Rogers movie is they don't make him out to be a perfect person. They talk about his anxiety, which is awesome. They talk about his politics, which are complicated, which are really complicated. You know, and I think, I don't know, I just loved it, and I want to do like a research project on Mr. Rogers. That's another thing I want to do. I have too many things I want to do. I think the Mr. Rogers movie is still in theaters. It has been all summer, but it could be moved on to streaming. I don't know. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I've really enjoyed chatting with you today, and I'm very excited to hear about what all of you are working on. Yeah. Okay, it's not in theaters anymore, says a theater employee. So, there you go. We can all watch it on DVD. I'm going to do more of these live streams. I want to do more of these live streams, and maybe once a month or once every couple of months, I'll do one, because it's really fun to hang out with you. A lot of people have made videos recently about this topic, but I think YouTube is a really cool, like, I am amazed at the friends that I've made on YouTube since I've started making videos. I think you guys are cool folk, but I think the inherent problem with YouTube is you don't get a lot of social interaction. Like you know, I'll make a video, or you know, Mark or Rose or, you know, Teo or Adrian or Gina will make a video, and, you know, one of us will, and then we'll all leave comments, you know, about this video, and then we'll get one response, and that'll be it. And also in the videos, you know, like, I do a couple non-scripted ones where I'm just talking off the cuff, but, like, in most videos I am performing, you know. I am saying something that I've planned to say, even if it is about me. And so it's not actually like you're hanging out with friends. So, you know, I think Rose made a video about this, about sort of how she feels like she's performing, and I think, and I agree, I think there needs to be more spaces on YouTube for social interaction between people who are, between people when one of them is not like the star and performing. And live streams aren't perfect for that, since only one person generally is you know, doing that at a time, but like is being the host of the live stream. But I would love to do more live streams and maybe more like Google Hangout type things where a bunch of people are talking. I think that would be great. I love hanging out with all of you wonderful internet friends. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it doesn't have the spontaneity of live interaction. Yeah, so let's do more of these. Yeah, let's do more of these. Okay, well, I'm glad you like the idea of watching old videos. That's really sweet. We can do more of this. Frankly, this was just a gimmick. Like, I wanted to think of something to do on live stream that streams that wasn't answering BuzzFeed quizzes, because that's your thing. Yeah, but let's figure out a way. We'll all meet together someday. We'll all meet at VidCon at some point in real life. But until then, we can do more of these. Okay, my friends, take care. Eat nice dinners. Go to bed at reasonable hours so you can get up and see the sunrise. Or if you don't see the sunrise, at least, you know, have a cup of tea and enjoy your mornings. Okay. You all are excellent. I will see you on the moon base. Apparently we're building a moon base at VidCon. And for all the aliens. All of us aliens. Ain't nobody here but us aliens. And Gina, glad you joined the live stream. Glad all of you joined the live stream, even if I was late. Gina, you don't know the half of it. I was late too. Look out for Adrian's list of queer Netflix movies in the comments section. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye, you guys.